Hello, I'm Ezra Roizen with Vader TV, the network for innovators. I'm here with Scott Dunlap, the CEO of NearByNow. And NearByNow is a company that's pioneering a new real-time mobile and local shopping experience. And Scott, thank you for joining us, and we're excited to learn more about NearByNow.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
If you could, give us sort of a brief summary of NearByNow and what the main problem is you solve.
Sure. Well, we intended to build Google for shopping malls. It's the ability to search every product in every store in a shopping mall, either from your mobile phone or before you come to the mall. You can also search from the website. We thought that'd make it simpler to solve what we saw the biggest problem in local search being, which is where do I find the products that I'm looking for, and will it be available in my size and color when I get there? So on the website, we made it easy to find all the stores in the shopping mall that, for example, carry the new Nike Air Jordan Retro 5s. And if you would like to reserve the product and make sure it's available in your size, you can hold it. Then the mobile phone was a natural extension of that. While you're shopping at the mall, via text messaging, you can search every product and get special offers while you're there at the mall.
So is most of the service things that happen online, or is it mostly things that happen sort of real time when people are at malls using their phone to sort of find products?
Well, we're finding out it's a mixture of both. So, for example, we have folks who reserve products online but say, please send my receipt and give me a reminder on my mobile phone on the way to the mall. And then once they're there, they begin shopping in a new way, searching for other items. You know, are there children's shoes on sale, or there's fall apparel on sale, or what's new in fall apparel? So once we actually realized it was part of one experience, we started to blend the two. But right now, I would say most of the traffic is still the online side. How do I find stores near me that carry the items I'm looking for? Is the biggest.
And are people going to NearByNow portal? Is that a sort of destination site, or are they coming through other sort of more circuitous routes to the service?
That's a great question. Well, the reality is that most people don't know it's NearByNow in the background. We power a search service on the mall website. So most people are finding us because they start in Google or Yahoo, and they're typing in 7 for Mankind jeans, San Jose, California. And the natural search results that come up will often point to the malls that we power and say, well, there's 17 stores that carry 7 for Mankind jeans. And so they're coming to the mall website, and only once they get searching, they'll see the little powered by NearByNow on the bottom.
So when you enable and power a mall, what does that mean?
Well, it largely means that we make the mall searchable. So we go to all of the retailers that are in the mall and work out how best to represent the products that they have. It's largely inventory feeds that can display the products in the right description. We let them know about the service that we have. And then all 800,000 products and 200 to 300 sales are all suddenly searchable on a fairly real-time basis.
That's a lot of data.
It is a lot of data.
How do you get all of that store product inventory data into a way that you can do something with it?
Well, that turns out to be the hard part of this.
I imagine.
So we're very much a first mover in using actual inventory information. So it comes in a number of formats. You can imagine going to a mall, you have everyone from a Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom's, Sears that has large inventory systems and fairly structured data that we can get to, right down to a mom and pop kiosk that sells handmade jewelry that may not even use a computer as part of their business. But we have a way to work with just about everybody along that continuum, whether it be an automated feed or just working with them over the phone to say, well, what do you sell, and what do you think people would be looking for to find your items? Are there brand names there? Is it bracelets? Is it necklaces? Is it gold? Is it silver? And then continuing to refine based on the search results and the traffic that we're driving to them.
And generally people want to share that with you because they see there's another avenue for promoting their products.
It is. One of the biggest trends on the internet lately has been how the internet influences in-store purchases. In fact, it's about $500 billion in influence spend right now, which is considerably bigger than all of e-commerce, but it's also growing at 18% a year versus e-commerce growing at about 8 to 10%. So even the web-savvy corporations that have a lot of retail outlets and brands have been looking at it saying, gosh, how do I use the internet to drive in-store foot traffic?
Right.
And so they see us as a way to get to these very high intent to buy shoppers. They're either coming to a mall within 48 hours or they're there at the mall. So they are going to spend some money.
So you have them at the magic moment. They're going to shop. They're going to buy something. You also enable sort of real-time promotion, so people can reach out and talk to those and promote to those consumers based on them actually walking around looking for products. Is that correct?
That is correct. So most people learn about our mobile service, for example, when they come into the mall. They'll see signs that say, you can search this mall just by texting to the short code nearby, which is 632729.
632729.
Yes.
Got it.
Each mall actually has a two-letter code, though. So
Okay.
it's a BF for Valley Fair or SF for San Francisco Center. And that lets us know which mall you're searching for. Well, back at NearByNow headquarters, we can actually see that I've got 6,000 people looking for sandals, of which most of them are at the San Francisco Center. And that allows us to call retailers and say, hey, did you know we've got 1,000 people looking for sandals right now? Would you like us to send an additional text message to alert them to a sale or new products that you have, or even a special live promotion in real time?
Are there products that you found on looking at the data coming through the system that are sort of more likely for people to use this service to buy? Are there certain idiosyncrasies or trends in consumption that people with phones tend to buy sunglasses, or is it more that it's sort of all over the map?
Well, it actually geographically is very different. So West Coast is different than East Coast. In general, most people are using the website are looking for apparel. So
Right.
apparel is it going to be available in my size and color? That's a very common issue.
Right.
So jackets and the latest jeans, even things like handbags are definitely much larger
Right.
in traffic. When people are actually searching within the mall, it tends to be much more sale-oriented. So are there children's shoes on sale?
Right.
Are there jeans on sale? And that was a surprise to us. We didn't think that was going to be the case, but it certainly is.
Have malls been receptive to using this kind of service? Is it something that they go, wow, I get it, this would be really useful, or is it more a bit of a harder sell, or how do you get sort of in the door and get these malls brought up on the system?
Sure. Well, our original partners, some of the largest mall operators, folks like Westfield Corporation and General Growth Properties, much more savvy than one would expect about the internet, being that they're real estate developers, but they spend a lot of time looking at things like Google and the demand that's happening there and wanting to know how they could get that excitement and that interest in products into the malls. So the very large operators were definitely open to the possibility and embraced it. Some of the smaller, I only own 1 or 2 malls, they've been a little bit harder to convince, but we've shown that not only can we drive incremental foot traffic into the mall, but we can actually steer traffic away from malls to other malls.
Got it.
Yeah, so I think that was enough for most of them to sign up.
And so generally business is good? People are buying stuff through this model? It sounds like it's a really interesting integrated approach. Any sort of lessons learned or things specifically about this model that would be interesting to the viewership?
It is. It was definitely a build it and see what happens sort of
Right.
model, and
Yeah.
we did. And without much marketing, a lot of people really understand the concept of this inventory is in the store, and I would like to make sure that it's available and reserve the product to pick it up. So it's naturally grown very fast. We're at 200 malls now in 130 cities, which is about 20% the way through our 800 mall rollout that we're targeting. And it just continues to grow. So we're very excited about it. The holiday season is going to be
a big time.
Yeah, this is a big time this year.
Yeah.
We're really excited about it. We've scaled up our call centers 300-400% to connect everybody with the stores and products that they want. So we're really excited to see what's going to happen.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for coming in. That was Scott Dunlap with NearByNow, and you'll be seeing his service at a mall near you soon. So thanks again. This is Ezra Roizen with Vader TV.